Because you watch them all and study them, don't you, Caitlin?
I watched all of them.
No,
I watched yours if last one I watched was you and Tilly.
Watch all of them? No. Hey guys, this is the Green Crayon. Here today with
Me.
Right, Sandra did that as well. I realised that I'm here
Caitlin.
with you. Thanks. Who already has a crayon colour but hasn't been in the video. Caitlin is the white crayon. Everyone say hello. Quick disclaimer before we do the video. For some reason the camera was not liking the lighting in here, and Caitlin's shirt was making it a bit confused about like what was light and what was dark and what was right and what was wrong, and honestly it had a bit of a crisis.
Questioning this.
Yeah.
I know it's laws of physics.
First question, what did we read?
A Monster Called by Patrick Ness.
Yes, it isn't totally by Patrick Ness, did you think it up?
Yes, I did, but I don't know the name of the person who wrote
Neither did I, let's find out. Do you want to tell the story if you remember it while I find out?
of what happened.
Siobhan Dode? Siobhan Dode. I'll put the name here because I might not be pronouncing it right.
She had the idea of the story, but she didn't get to finish writing the story. Or even, I don't think she started it,
I don't
to
think
be
she
honest. I
started
think
it, yeah.
she finished the idea of the story and she didn't get to write it. And I think she asked if Patrick Ness would finish it if she never got the chance to.
Yeah, she died of cancer.
And he didn't want to originally because he didn't think he'd be able to write it as well as her. And in the end, he wrote it.
What is it about? It's about a kid whose mum has cancer.
It's about a kid, and he's very messed up.
Called Connor.
Yes, Connor is a very mixed up individual.
So this monster, in the form of the yew tree, comes to him. Possibly, like, the monster might actually exist, or he might not. It's kind of ambiguous all the way through, like whether or not, like, he's just a
Everything
metaphor.
about the novel is ambiguous.
Yeah, but I like that. I think that's good. He has to, the monster tells Connor 3 stories, and then Connor has to tell
His story.
his story.
Or he gets it.
What do you think of the cover? This is the movie cover, and I usually hate movie covers, but Jonathan bought me this, so
I think this one looks quite well.
I quite like it.
I like this whole thing. I like the orange.
I do. I agree. I like the colour scheme, and I like how the tree's got like a face. But like, it's only like a little bit of a face. Not a fan of the whole like movie poster, like, I don't know, like now major motion picture,
Yeah.
like. What do you think of the title?
I like it. It's kind of creepy, but at the same time it's quite ambiguous. So I quite like the title because it leaves, you don't know what it's calling. Obviously, that's like that's like the enigma around it. Like,
Why is the monster here? I like it as a phrase, like a monster call sounds really cool, but I think it makes the book sound more creepy than it is.
I think it's quite creepy too.
Yeah. Why?
Would you like a tray monster wrecking your house? Would you like a tray monster telling you it's gonna eat you if you don't tell it a story? I think that's kind of creepy.
He does it in a wholesome way. This is a segue question, but can you give me arguments for and against the monster being real? I feel like it's an interesting conversation.
The monster being real was that it left physical evidence behind.
Mhm.
It left leaves in Connor's bedroom, which Connor had to clear up. And also, like, when he had this room in the living room, because obviously this is
Yeah.
there was evidence that the monster had been there,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of evidence the whole way through the monster was there.
It like
But then
left
at
like
certain
clues behind.
scenes, as an argument against, it left it so it made it look like Connor did everything.
Yeah.
So at the same time, you're like, well, Connor couldn't have done all that, but then it's like, oh, well, could have because he's angry.
The next question, would you read a sequel?
I don't think it needs a sequel.
I don't think it needs a sequel.
I think it's a standalone. I don't think you need a sequel. I feel like if it had a sequel, it would ruin it.
Yeah, I wouldn't read a sequel.
I'm very fast.
I'm
I'm very passionate about this.
I speak very quickly as well, it's okay. I agree, I wouldn't read a sequel because I think if there was a sequel, it would end up being so forced. It wouldn't be good. It wrapped itself up really nicely.
What would the sequel be about?
I don't even know. I guess maybe the monster visiting someone else.
But then it wouldn't really be a sequel.
sequel,
It would
yeah.
be like the idea of the monster just going on.
Like Connor
I feel
after,
like
I don't
maybe
know.
a series of like different children, maybe. with
I
different
think I
tales.
would read that.
That would be more interesting than an actual sequel to Connor's story,
Yeah.
because you don't need to know now. You learn what the monster told him, and you learn his lessons and what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And you managed to
Like
let go.
who's your favourite character?
I like Connor, but I think I quite like the bully.
I really like the grandma.
I quite like the bully, and I like the scene where he told Connor he wasn't good enough to actually be bullied by him.
Yeah, they're like
that
you're
was
invisible
such
to
a
me.
powerful scene, I think, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my god. I was reading it like, oh my god.
Like, don't get me wrong, like I hated the bully.
I didn't like him, but
What
I
was
thought
his
that
name? We found out his name. No, I can't remember what it was.
I think what the scenes with the bullying in particular, they were very powerful scenes, and they put across quite like a strong message. What I liked about the character of the bully, like why he was in the story to begin with.
He was a very interesting character.
Harry, I told you I'd find it.
His name's Harry. I think my favourite character in terms of like the one that I liked the most was the monster, because he's just a wholesome guy. But he, like,
He's a tree. I wasn't a massive fan of his parents. Either of them, really.
I don't think either of them were that developed as characters, but I felt like the grandma really was.
I feel like they weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
His dad was you were meant to get the same feeling as Connor, where his dad wasn't there for him.
I think a lot of the characters became more human as Connor realised that there was more to them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
to
the
meet a
grand-
monster to meet the humans.
I want you to rate it out of 10 on entertainment value.
8.
I'm gonna give it maybe like 6 3/4.
See, I didn't put the book down at the start of reading it. I had to get to the end and figure out what was happening.
Same. And I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but it wasn't like a book that I went through and it like stayed with me.
It did after I read it, but now it's been some time since I've read it. Not as much. But like, when I first read it, I was just sitting there like, wow, this is an amazing book. So,
Out of 10, how likely are you to read a book set in the same universe? So if Patrick Ness did write a book about about like other children that the monster had helped, like things like that, would you read it? Or like the tales that he told, if they came out with like a book or like something like that, would you read it?
yes, it wouldn't be on the very top of my list to read, but I feel like I would give it a read because I did like the way the story was.
Out of 10, how likely are you to read it?
7.
I'm gonna say like a solid like 8 for me.
8.
I think I'm very interested in the monster side of it more than like the family side of it, as I said.
I feel like
So
I would
I'd
like
like
you
to
to read it
know.
and then get your opinion on it.
Sure. Out of 10, how likely are you to reread this?
That's a difficult one. I thought it was a good book that I would read again, but I kind of feel like I wouldn't get the same impact if I read it again. Like I did the first time I read it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the impact you get on it's kind of like that one kind of thing you experience because of the way it ended.
Yeah.
I feel like if I read it again, I wouldn't feel as
Impacted by it.
yeah. So
I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 10 because I don't really reread books because, as you can probably tell, I have a lot of books to read. I'm not giving it a 0 because it's a very quick read. So it's like a
yeah, I finished it like in 2
yeah,
hours at the most.
it's like a might take on holiday and like
I wouldn't take it on a holiday. It would make you quite sad, wouldn't it?
I think maybe yeah.
Yeah, not on a holiday book. I wouldn't recommend you take this
This
to
is
Spain or a
quite
Ibiza.
sad. Well, it depends what kind of holiday you're going for. If you're going on like a let's go on holiday to like escape the world and be emotional by yourself for
Like romantic tours.
yeah. I mean everything I could possibly ever plug has been plugged. Follow at Vodcat7 on everything, except Snapchat where I'm just Bodycat, because that's what I want to be on everything, but it's always taken. I don't know why. Who takes Bodycat? I think I'm done. If you have any requests or questions, then leave them in the comments. This is going to be going up in May, which is the start of exam month.
Oh.
So good luck with exams if you're doing any this month, and if you're not, take every single second that you're not thinking about exams and just feel lucky and
Just don't do exams.
just
Skip
don't
them.
just
Not that it's an exam, just don't do education.
just go and become
Nah, I always do.
a Mongolian monk. Yeah,
Run
sure.
off to the hills and become a sheep.
Become a sheep. You know what? We're leaving it at that. At least I hit it.
I could punch it.
Don't punch it. That'll actually break it.